Hey guys, how's it going? Just out driving around today, and I just, as I'm driving around, I'm listening to music, and I have these like random thoughts, and I'm like, let me make a quick short video. And it kind of occurred to me, the question comes like, why vinyl? Why do people buy vinyl? Why do they listen to vinyl when it's so much easier and accessible to have like streaming services and I guess we don't really have MP3 players anymore, but CDs and things like that are so much easier. Vinyl, you're stuck at the house or wherever, and you have to get up and flip it over. But I think my thought process on this whole question and debate or whatever is, for vinyl, it's going back. Like, why do you go to a concert? You go to the concert for the experience, right? You go to see what the artist actually looks like, what they look like when they're playing guitar, singing, drumming, playing bass, whatever, keyboards, right? So you're going for that experience, and you're there, and you're absorbed in it, okay? That you can't get the same experience of a live concert, I don't think, from watching it on TV, right? And which is accessible, right? You can take your TV anywhere now these days, or watch it on your phone. You don't get the same experience, and I think there's almost a way, because you have so many distractions when you're out and about, like with your CDs or your streaming and just like watching a concert on TV. So when you're at the concert, you're actually there and absorbed in it, and you're not going anywhere else. Maybe the only distraction is somebody who's actually reacting to the concert, so it's all related, except for maybe these days, I guess some people go for some reason and get on their cell phones while they're in a concert. But anyway, the whole point of the concert is you're absorbed in the concert, right? So you're there and you're experiencing it. So to me, that's like, today I was driving around and I'm listening to a couple albums to get myself reacquainted with them for the next episode, and I'm going, I found myself going off in other places, between driving and whatever. And kind of occurred to me, when you sit down with a record, with vinyl, you're there and you take your time with it, and you probably are looking at the artwork, which hopefully is related to the album, and you're absorbing yourself in the artwork, and hopefully there's a lyric sheet in there and you get to look at that, or you can read the back and listen to the music and take your time. So you're kind of made, I don't want to say forced, because it's not a forced thing, you're made to sit down and listen to it and enjoy it. And I think the advantage of having to flip the album over, you get a little bit of a break, a second to think about that first side. Like where CD, I noticed when CDs, they started getting really long, 12 songs, 13 songs, and I would get lost in the album, especially if there was filler or whatever. It just didn't work for me. But with an album, you have to stop for a second and flip it over and listen to it. Now, it's a little bit different if you have a concept album like Pink Floyd or something, but those concept albums are maybe better for CD. I'll admit that. But if you're listening to a regular album with two sides, or even if there's two albums, four sides, you are taking some time to think about it. You're listening to it, and I think Michael, Audiophile 45, I think that's his channel, I kind of relate to the audiophiles in that way. I call myself a vinylphile now. Just a silly word I use now, but I'm definitely not an audiophile. But I do relate to him, where he's like, I don't relate as far with him, because he's like, I don't listen to music anywhere, and I think I have this right, but at home. Like, he doesn't listen to music in his car. He doesn't listen to it while he's cooking dinner. He sits down and listens to it, maybe has a glass of wine and enjoys his music. And I can relate to that, because I think that's what vinyl's for, to take your time, listen to the music, and really enjoy it. If you're a music fan or lover, that's a cool thing you can do, is actually put that record on, listen to it, read the lyrics, absorb yourself in it. I remember doing that when I was a kid, and I would just be lost in my own little world inside that album. So that was kind of cool. So I think that's why vinyl, to me, is, and it's not superior, it's not anything, I prefer it over the other formats because of that. I think CDs are fine for, like I said, concept albums where it's one straight through and each song runs into each other, The Wall, Tommy, things like that. A lot of Pink Floyd, obviously. That's fine. And also like outtakes and things like that. I don't want an album with the outtakes and alternative versions unless it's completely different alternative albums with different songs. But I don't want to listen to an album and hear 3 different takes on one song and take up one side of an album. That I don't really like that part. But I think that's where CD is better, or streaming and stuff like that. And streaming, it feels like it's just endless. Like, to me, I get in there and I'm always thinking about what's the next song I can hear. So I'm not enjoying the song I'm in. When I'm streaming, I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're going to pick next. And I'm thinking past that, and I'm not enjoying the song. So I don't really get into the song. I don't really connect with the song like I would with an album. So I don't know, I just had this random thought. I wanted to make this video and share it with you guys and see what you think. I had one other thought, but I think it's escaped me now. But I think that's why vinyl is a cool experience. I'm gonna go with that. So hope you guys can relate to it. Leave me some comments down at the bottom, see what you think about what I'm saying here. I don't think any format is superior to the other. I'm not a guy who's like, I gotta get a better sound or anything like that. I just you know, I want to know the songs and get used to them. And I think vinyl, to me, the way I absorb and learn is by taking my time. And I think vinyl lets you do that. You listen to 4 or 5 songs, you flip the album, and then while you're flipping it, maybe wiping it off or something, you're thinking about the music you just listened to, and you're thinking about what's to come. You put it down and you have that experience like a concert, like I said. So anyway, that's my little stream of consciousness, I guess. Okay, so I did remember what that last thought was back there, and I think it is important. So when I was talking about the part where Michael from Audiophile 45, or whatever that is, sits down to enjoy his music, he doesn't listen to it in the car or anything like that. Now, I also believe, like, I understand his concept of sitting down, listening to the music, so you enjoy it and you're there in the moment. But I also think music is a soundtrack to our life. Right? So I think it is good to have it in the car, CD, streaming, whatever, because you're playing a soundtrack to your life as the day goes by. If you're sad, you're going to put on a sad song. If you're in a good mood, you're going to rock out with something loud, and it allows you to experience, and that's also a moment with music when you're playing your favorite song, or hearing one for the first time that you really like. So I think that part's important too. So I didn't want to leave that part out, because that's also a big part of music and life. Life and music just go together. There's a guy, I've told you before, I own an assisted living facility, and he perked up the other day when I played him John Lennon's Imagine. It was a song that his wife explained to me was stuck out to him at one time. And this is a guy that mainly listens to opera in Italian, and he's that kind of classical guy, and that's what he listens to. There was something in his eyes and his expression that came alive when I played John Lennon's Imagine for him. So music's very important. So like I said, you have those two things. You have where you can sit down, listen to it, really absorb it, and enjoy the music, and that's important. But I think also when you're out and you're moving around, and let that music be like the soundtrack to your life. So let me know what you think about it. Give me your thoughts and opinions down there. Hit that like, subscribe button, all that fun stuff. And until next time, you guys enjoy your music and take care. Bye.